Title: Vanished, The Mysterious Disappearance of Asha Degree. Prologue: The Night of Secrets. February 14, 2000, began in the small town of Shelby, North Carolina, with a fierce storm raging outside. The wind howled, rain lashed against the windows, and thunder rolled ominously in the distance. Inside the Degree household, 9-year-old Asha Degree lay awake in her bed, her heart racing with a mix of excitement and anxiety. On this stormy night, Asha felt a pull deep within her, a longing for adventure and an escape from the confines of her everyday life. The tension in the air seemed to resonate with her own restless spirit. Little did she know, the decision she was about to make would plunge her family into a mystery that would haunt them for years. As the storm intensified, Asha quietly packed a small backpack with clothes, snacks, and her beloved stuffed animal. She tiptoed past her sleeping brother, O'Brien, and opened the front door, stepping into the storm. The rain soaked her instantly, but with every step into the darkness, she felt a surge of freedom. What lay ahead was unknown, and she was ready to embrace it. Chapter 1: Asha's Spirit. Asha Degree was known for her vibrant personality and bright smile. She was a creative soul, often seen with a pencil in hand, drawing fantastical worlds filled with whimsical characters. Asha shared a special bond with her older brother, O'Brien, and together they created adventures that took them beyond the boundaries of their small town. Despite her cheerful demeanor, Asha sensed the pressures that weighed on her family. Her parents worked tirelessly to provide for their children, and the stresses of life sometimes cast shadows over their home. Asha, being perceptive, could feel the tension and worry in the air, even if she didn't fully understand it. On that stormy night, as the rain pounded against the roof, Asha felt an overwhelming desire to escape, to break free from the worries that seemed to envelop her family. The storm outside became a symbol of her restless spirit, and she felt compelled to answer its call. Chapter 2: The Decision to Leave. At 2:30 a.m., Asha quietly slipped out of her bed. The storm outside roared, but fear had no place in her heart, only determination. She crept through the darkened house, careful not to wake O'Brien or her parents. The thrill of adventure surged within her, pushing her forward. In her small room, Asha hastily packed her backpack with a few clothes, snacks, and her cherished stuffed animal. Each item represented a piece of her childhood, and as she zipped up the bag, she felt a rush of independence. This was her chance to explore the world beyond Shelby. With one last glance at her sleeping family, Asha opened the front door and stepped into the storm. The rain drenched her instantly, but she felt alive, as if she were stepping into a new world filled with possibilities. Little did she know, this journey would lead her into a chilling mystery that would change everything. Chapter 3: The First Sighting. A few miles away, truck driver Johnny Johnson was navigating the slick highway, eager to return home after a long night on the road. The rain poured down heavily, reducing visibility to almost nothing. As he drove, he noticed a small figure standing alone on the side of the road. Concern washed over him, and he slowed down. "Hey there, little girl. Are you lost?" he called out, his voice barely audible over the storm. Asha looked up, her small frame shivering in the downpour. "I'm fine," she replied, trying to sound brave despite the fear gnawing at her insides. Johnny felt a chill run down his spine. Something about the situation felt wrong, but he couldn't quite put his finger on it. With a final glance of concern, he drove on, the image of the little girl lingering in his mind. Chapter 4: The Morning After. When dawn broke over Shelby, the Degree family awoke to an unsettling silence. Asha's absence was immediately felt. Her parents searched the house frantically, calling her name as panic set in. O'Brien, still groggy from sleep, joined the search, his heart racing as they looked in every corner, every closet, every room. When they realized Asha was truly gone, they called the police, who quickly mobilized. The news spread through Shelby like wildfire, and within hours, volunteers from the community began to gather, searching the nearby woods and fields. Flyers were printed, and Asha's face was plastered on every corner, a desperate plea for help echoing through the town. Days turned into weeks, and the search revealed little more than unanswered questions. The storm had washed away Asha's footprints, and with each passing day, the community wrestled with the harsh reality of her disappearance. Chapter 5: A Community United. The disappearance of a child shook the town of Shelby to its core. Neighbors, friends, and even strangers came together in remarkable ways. Asha's family held on to hope, attending prayer vigils and community meetings, desperate for any news. They shared stories of her kindness and spirit, determined to keep her memory alive. Search parties combed through the woods, fields, and nearby areas, but every lead seemed to lead to a dead end. The community united in its determination to find Asha, but as the days turned into weeks, the weight of despair began to settle. Chapter 6: A Year of Heartache. Months turned into a year, and Asha's case remained unsolved. The search had yielded nothing, and the Degree family struggled with the uncertainty of their situation. They sought counseling to help cope with their grief, trying to find a way to navigate life without Asha. O'Brien felt the pressure of being the older brother. He often found himself reflecting on their childhood, the bond they shared, and the impact of her disappearance on his life. The journey of grief was complex, filled with moments of joy and sorrow, but he remained committed to carrying Asha's memory with him. On the one-year anniversary of Asha's disappearance, the community held a vigil in her honor. Candles flickered in the darkness as people gathered to remember her bright spirit and raise awareness of the ongoing struggle for answers. Chapter 7: A Shocking Discovery. In February 2001, a construction worker digging in a remote area 30 miles from Shelby made a shocking discovery: Asha's backpack, buried beneath a pile of debris. The news sent shockwaves through the community. Inside were her belongings, clothes, schoolwork, and a few personal items. The find reignited the search but also raised more questions than answers. The police were called to the scene, and the investigation intensified. Asha's family was devastated yet hopeful that this discovery might lead to answers. As the news broke, the media flocked to Shelby, turning Asha's case into a national story once more. Chapter 8: Theories and Speculation. As the investigation continued, various theories began to circulate. Some speculated that Asha had run away to escape her life, while others feared she had been abducted. The idea of a stranger lurking in the shadows sent shivers through the community, and whispers of possible sightings circulated. Media coverage amplified these theories, turning Asha's story into a sensational narrative. While some found solace in the attention, others felt it complicated the investigation. The pressure mounted as the community grappled with their fears and frustrations, each person longing for answers that remained just out of reach. Chapter 9: A Community Changed. The mark of Asha's disappearance was felt deeply in the town of Shelby. Parents became more vigilant, schools implemented safety protocols, and the police increased their presence. The once idyllic town was now shrouded in fear and uncertainty, and the community struggled to adapt to the new reality. The Degree family continued to advocate for Asha, attending meetings, speaking at events, and reaching out to other families of missing children. Their pain transformed into a mission, and they worked tirelessly to raise awareness and support for those who had experienced similar tragedies. Chapter 10: A New Lead. In 2010, a new lead emerged when a witness claimed to have seen a girl resembling Asha in a neighboring state. The information reignited the investigation, sending detectives scrambling to follow up on the tip. The renewed hope brought excitement and anxiety to the Degree family, who had faced heartbreak too many times before. The community rallied once again, spreading the word and reactivating the search for Asha. Flyers were circulated, and social media campaigns sparked renewed interest in her story. Chapter 11: The Intensified Search. As law enforcement conducted searches in the area where the sighting occurred, the media covered the developments extensively. Asha's story was back in the spotlight, and the community felt a sense of unity as they worked together to uncover the truth. However, as the weeks passed without substantial evidence, the hope began to fade once more. The Degree family remained resilient, holding on to the belief that every lead was a step closer to finding their daughter. Their unwavering determination inspired others, reminding them that the search for Asha was far from over. Chapter 12: The Annual Vigil. Every year, the community held a vigil in Asha's honor, a day dedicated to celebrating her life and raising awareness for missing children. Families gathered, sharing stories, laughter, and tears. The event became a powerful reminder of the importance of community and the strength found in unity. As more people became involved in the cause, the foundation established in Asha's name began to grow. They expanded their outreach efforts, providing resources for families facing similar struggles. Asha's story inspired others to take action, to advocate for change, and to never forget those who were still missing. Chapter 13: The Ongoing Investigation. As the years continued to pass, the Degree family remained committed to the search for Asha. They attended meetings with law enforcement, eager to hear about any progress being made. Each new piece of information brought a mix of hope and anxiety as they braced themselves for the possibility of closure. In 2015, a cold case investigator revisited Asha's case, driven by a passion for justice. They uncovered new evidence that had been overlooked, reigniting hope for the Degree family and the community. As the investigation gained momentum, interest in Asha's story surged once again. Chapter 14: Asha's Legacy Lives On. Regardless of the outcome, Asha Degree's story would forever be etched in the hearts of those who loved her. She became a symbol of hope, resilience, and the strength of a community united in the face of tragedy. The Degree family continued to advocate for missing children, ensuring that Asha's legacy lived on. They dedicated their lives to raising awareness and supporting other families, proving that even in the darkest of times, love and compassion could light the way forward. Asha's disappearance may have left a void, but her spirit remained alive in the hearts of those who remembered her. And as the sun set on Shelby, the community held on to the belief that one day, they would bring Asha home, no matter how long it took. Epilogue, a lasting impact. Years later, Asha's case remained unsolved, but the impact of her story continued to resonate. The Degree family never stopped fighting for answers, and the community never forgot the little girl who had touched their lives. Asha's story became a part of the fabric of Shelby, a reminder of the importance of vigilance, compassion, and the unbreakable bonds of family. As the foundation in Asha's name continued to grow, it offered hope to those still searching for their loved ones. Asha Degree had become more than just a name, she was a symbol of love, resilience, and the enduring spirit of a community that refused to give up. And in that spirit, her legacy would live on, a beacon of hope for generations to come.